3, 2, 1, go!
Bingo! That's right, Felons Ain't Failures Podcast. We are back in the building with another hot show. This your boy, Coach Chuck, podcast pastor.
Why I keep cutting the man?
That's all right. Just go ahead and go. Go ahead and go. You ready?
Cutting them off.
You ready, I guess.
Apparently, what's going on, FAF fam? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Big Bro Los. Y'all know who's sitting next to me.
Family, what's going on? It's Big Coop, the Knowledge Kingpin, here to stimulate your thought processes. Pass it over to Smurf.
See, here we go. And always, your boy D-Ball.
A whole lot of interrupting going on today.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You
be
good.
knowing.
You good. You good.
Be knowing. But hey, we in the building, baby. Fall
Yes,
two.
sir. We're here as real and raw as it get.
There it is.
So listen, y'all, before we get into this episode, I hope y'all tuned into last week's episode. It may have seemed like it went to the left a little bit, but I don't like how I came in like that.
That's okay.
You
Keep
gotta-
talking.
That's
You gotta
okay.
edit that out.
That's
Paul.
okay.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
Edit
bro.
that out.
Edit
He don't want his being there.
Why
Keep
he
it
get-
in
You
there.
gotta edit it
No
out. Let it
fans,
play.
keep it in
Why
there.
he get to get edited out?
Let it play, but we kind of had a conversation after, and we want to make sure that our audience understands the direction that we're moving in, because we talking about Black Family Matters and things like that. And last week we kind of indulged into one of the pieces of the plan of the plight against us to destroy our Black families and to destroy our structures and to destroy the flow. So when you watch last week, you gotta watch it, because we talk about some issues that we're gonna really come back to with this Amendment 13. But understand that we were exposing a piece of the plan that was designed and that has been extremely
A big
successful
puzzle piece.
in
Yes.
breaking down
Yes, sir.
the Black Family Matter. So I'm gonna turn this over to the elders as we talk about good times.
Good times.
Yes. Good times.
Absolutely. What we're going to talk about is media and
Yes.
how it affects the family.
Mhm.
What you got, Big Cool?
Yeah, we're just talking about media stereotypes, whether it be in television or the news media,
Okay.
or it be print paper. That's the TV, newspaper. Also,
I said
the
print
music
paper.
industry. The print paper.
Social media.
Print media is what I meant to say. Also, the music industry, and how they play a big part in, because music actually penetrates every defense you have to not be negative.
Okay.
You'll sing a song, it'll get through your defenses, right? Because music we all can relate
Yeah.
something that happened to us
To the
by our
soul.
song,
Yes,
right?
Yeah, that's right.
And a lot of songs we listened to when we were little boys, had words in it. We didn't know we were saying these words. We didn't know what we were saying,
Right.
So a lot of times, music has a way of penetrating, getting through our defenses and settling in our minds. With that being the case, the record industry understood, especially with the emergence of hip hop.
Right.
The record industry understood the money they can make by introducing gangster rap and more of a negative skew on hip hop to the masses, and we ate it up.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah,
let me jump in right quick, real Big Cool, because I want people to understand. A lot of times we ask ourselves, what's going on with my house, or what's going on with my family, or what's going on with my kids. Why is this happening?
Mm-hmm.
When we not realizing how we are contributing
Yes.
to
We subjected them
to what's going on,
Mhm.
and we talking about media, and the negative effectiveness of it.
Yeah.
This is part of it.
Absolutely.
part.
Those
Yeah.
pretty tablets that
Yeah.
we buy our children, and I'm not saying not get it to them, but there's a lot of times we get it to them and send them their own way,
Mhm.
and we're losing them.
Great point, Los.
Yeah.
We're
Great
losing
point.
Instead of sitting there with our kids with the tablet, because we may be teaching one thing,
And they look
But
at
that
something totally
tablet
different.
and the music that our teenage boys are listening to are teaching them something else.
Absolutely.
And like they say about music, this is my first point. I only got 3 of them coming in. Like they say about music, how it collectively brings us together.
Yeah.
It also can be the same
It tears apart.
the same thing that turns us against one another.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it does it in the household
Yes.
where you trying to teach your son something, but the song he listening to is teaching him something else. We teaching our
Absolutely.
son, like you think about Friday, Pop told Q, put that gun down, fight, live to see another day.
Mhm.
But he listened to a song that says, I always got it on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You know, all that kind of, but I'm saying, I understand that because I used to be in the streets and I used to think I felt that way, which I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather fight it out in court.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? So you trying to teach one thing and the rap music, and not all
pushing
rap
something
music,
else.
but
No.
some rap music is teaching your
Majority.
son
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
teaching your daughter something else. You know what I'm saying? Like even in my book back there that we reintroduced, and I wrote a part about my daughters, how I taught them to that there was limitations to everything. Don't be on every scene. Don't be on every set. After the date, go home. You know, things like that. And they listen to a lot of this other rap, and it's talking about using your body and get these jokers out their cash and all that.
Yes.
So I'm trying to raise my daughters on one thing, and the music, this media, they're teaching my daughter something else. And
Absolutely.
I'm thinking my daughter is listening to the things that I'm teaching her, which she's not. You know what I'm saying? She's listening to what this music is teaching her. Because as we talked about, music goes to the soul.
It hypnotizes.
But we understand that the soul is the seat of our emotions.
Yes.
So we behave, we act based on the seat of our emotions.
Absolutely.
And if this music is infiltrating all the way through our bone marrow to our most inner part, it's creating the behavior for us, or it's forming, or it's what's the word when like you say something and I come behind and I'm backing it up. Like it's
greenlighting.
it's
Or
reinforcing
greenlighting, yes.
bad habits that we may have seen in our environment, or bad habits that we've seen in our family structure. You know what I'm saying? So
Normalizing the negative.
normalizing the negative. And it's
Yeah.
like I said, it's reinforcing that behavior to come out of our kids.
Yeah.
And you can think that you're not allowing this music to raise your child, but you are.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
You are. Because
Yeah.
what are you doing to counteract
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, so that's what you're doing. You know, you can support them all you want to, these celebrities or musicians or whatever they are, you know, then when your daughter start going wayward and your son start not coming home, these people ain't gonna come help you.
But
Yeah.
you
They're
know
not
what
gonna
though?
Yeah.
I can't even put it on so much on the kid. Well, we are talking about the parents in
Yeah.
the household. It's more so the parents though, because they're locked in to their phone. Like it ain't back in the day where we talked a couple of episodes ago about normalizing Sunday dinners
Yeah.
Yes.
and
Yes.
having just conversation.
Yes.
We don't. It ain't just the kids on their phones. It's the parents
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
that play
That is true.
a big part of it because the kids only doing what they see their parents do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And as parents, sometimes we don't pay attention to that our kids are
Mimic-
more impressionable.
Yeah.
Like we could listen to some, and because what we got going in life,
It don't-
I
yeah,
can't crash out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think about these YNs, and now these young cats thinking they got to be a YN. What's a YN? So you go to social media, and it's
They tell
teaching that a
you.
YN is somebody who keep a switch, who gonna crash out at the drop of a dime. So they thinking in order for me to be a YN, I have
gotta
to
do
be
this.
this.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? So
Oh, I'm old.
this media thing, and all it's
I
doing,
don't know what a
it's
wine is.
it's the
Young-
a young
Yeah,
nigga.
no,
yeah,
I
yeah.
get it
But
now.
but what it is, it's a young street nigga that'll
Yeah.
crash out
Yeah.
at the drop of a dime
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
a switch
Yeah.
on his gun. That's
Yeah.
what I
No,
YN
I
ain't
get it.
nobody who gonna go to your door and say, I need to talk to you out here and give you a fade about something. No, he gonna kill you. He gonna
Yeah.
shoot
He
you.
gonna shoot the
and
whole
keep
house
that
up.
switch.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
YN. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But and so that came from social media. That came from music.
Wow.
Ain't no daddy sat down and told his son you a YN,
YN
and
at
you got to
all.
be able to crash. The term crash out, it come from music.
Yeah.
And they think it's cool
Think
to
it's cool.
crash out.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it's okay to talk about a problem and admit your faults. And if you got to, you bump it out, which we know them days is over with.
Yeah, ain't no
You know
more
what I'm
fighting.
saying? But when a young boy listens to this music, he crash out. Prison moms. We got some special episodes coming up where you're destroying the family by you being 16, 17, going to prison for the rest of your life.
Yes.
So when we think about Black Family Matters, we always think about how the family is destroyed from the top. Sometimes the family is destroyed
From
through the
bottom.
child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yes.
pull that boy go to prison the rest of life. Mom, dad more okay, but mom is emotionally
Destroyed.
no longer there.
That's right.
Destroyed.
She is questioning who she is.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So now her
What she did
her
wrong.
value
Mhm.
in her own mind has been reduced.
That's her kid.
So
is-
even the vitality that she lived her life with has been diminished
Mhm.
because her son is doing a life sentence.
She
Yeah.
feel like
So
it's her
the
fault.
family can be destroyed from the bottom
Yes.
And
as well as the top.
And
Wow.
that, bro, to touch on that real quick, you know, I think men need to really listen to what you just said, how the mother feels about that, because a mother has a bond with her child that we don't understand.
we don't
We'll
have.
never
We
have.
don't understand.
We'll
We
never
don't
have.
have.
We don't understand.
No.
We ain't
And
carry 'em.
you cannot grasp the depths
Mhm.
of what she is going through.
No.
We can't do it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Any
so
mother. Any mother. Any mother.
it bothers me how we have gotten away from creating the structure of our family as a human being. You know what I'm saying? We are allowing technology and media to
Take
be
our
the parents.
place.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
devastating.
I want to get back on what you talk about. What you're talking about,
We're
Coach.
talking about it. Yeah.
I saw something this morning, you know, in my head when I on my way here. You know, I was just hungry. That should give me something to eat. But it made me think about how some of these parents don't even get up and fix their kids' breakfast
no more.
You know what I'm saying?
We buy stuff that they can pop in the microwave.
Yeah. Or if that, bro,
Yeah.
if they you might not wake
You
up
eat
at
at
1
school.
o'clock in the afternoon and your child ain't eating till you get up.
Yeah, you eat at school.
Are you
You
kidding
eat at
me?
school, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That breaks my heart, bro.
Yeah.
Breaks my heart. You can't even get up. I don't care if you worked all night. You can't even get up to fix your child
And go
breakfast
back
and
to
go lay
sleep.
back, go lay back down. You know what I'm saying? And these kids are out there to fend for themselves to eat.
If they eat at all.
If they eat
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Even the dog in the house sometimes don't get to eat.
Yeah.
That's just my personal plight.
Yeah.
But
Come
no,
on, yeah,
but,
big
uh,
man.
the media stereotypes have definitely, because that's the reason commercials work.
Yeah.
Because they're so impressionable. Commercials work. You know, all of our mothers pretty much buy Tide because Tide has the most commercials
Mhm.
for laundry detergent.
Yep.
So the impression from the media has been devastating to us. And what a great point Lil Charles made on the
Man,
music
you are
part.
talking soft. But go ahead.
Can
He
y'all
said
hear
you
me?
can hear every word clear.
Yeah, what a good point Lil Charles
I'm
made
not
on the
gonna say
music,
DJ
because
name.
again, you
What
know,
DJ name was?
Don't say it. Let's go.
And-
Keep going.
and the reason that music works is because the words that these songs have, if you just took the music away and just read the words, nobody would sing these songs. But I'm not singing that. It's horrible.
The
The,
lyrics
words
are
are horrible.
stupid, yeah.
But what
Wow.
makes it,
The beat.
what the beat is what gets it through your
Yes,
spirit.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
And then you go
The
back and
rhythm of it.
realize, oh, these words were, like I said, when we were little, we listened to those
Songs we were singing
Dolomite
on- yeah.
records and be like, I didn't know what I was saying, but the beat was so good to us.
Yeah.
that you went back and read, like, wait a minute, we were saying this. So very good point about how music penetrates. So
And
yeah,
I have never heard a Dolomite record. Go ahead. I'm not old.
I mean,
look
go
it up
listen.
now.
to
But to your
listen to
point,
him.
I'm gonna make my second point, then I'm about out of here. As
you
we
go.
talk about this media, how because we're talking about Black Family Matters, and we talking about how things are put in to disrupt that,
Yes,
the structure and the flow of
that's
it.
correct.
Another thing about that media that affects household, when you, like how I was raising my kids, that I wasn't with the mothers. So you had my kids at my house every weekend, Friday to Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And then throughout the week they were with their mother.
Yeah.
So at my house, my young girls, and it could have been just more of a stricter father side of me.
Yeah.
But I did not like my girl, and Nina and them, all of them could tell you that I did not allow them to watch BET. I ain't want them watching BET, wanting them watching those videos and stuff like that. So at my house on the weekend, they couldn't watch that, Brandon. I could tell you. They would have had to sneak and watch it,
Yeah.
but they couldn't watch that. But when they went home, when they went to the other houses, they was able to watch that.
Wow.
So what that did was it made them prefer one house over another, which
Yeah.
means the house that they preferred, the
one
words, the teachings had more weight than what I was given. So as well as I'm trying to teach stuff and they hear that, all they thinking is, as soon as I go back home, I'm back popping and locking it. You know, all that kind of stuff there.
Now we got division going.
Now we got
That's how-
got division.
Wow.
Now
That's very personal.
And that goes back to education.
now they know that I can play my mom and my dad against each other
yeah.
with certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't see when it comes to co-parent, a lot of kids don't see that the parent. And I know some parents who do, shout out to them, but a lot of kids don't see their parents are on one accord.
Yeah.
Right.
They understand it's like this at my dad's house, and it's everything I want at my mama's house. It's like this at my mama's house, and my dad don't know how to say, especially fathers with daughters.
Yeah.
My dad don't know how to say no for nothing.
I got
Yeah.
God.
You know what I'm
daughters, and they
saying?
just run
So that
me
kind of stuff
over.
there.
Creates
But
a
that
great
comes
division.
I'm just showing
Yes.
how music, how the media music wise, how it caused division in me trying to have great family structure, teach my kids right. And it ain't nothing like my kid's mother was against it, but in their house,
That's what she
they
did.
watch
Yeah,
BET.
yeah, there you go.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly. They didn't see
So
it the
where
way
you think
they
my
did.
kids prefer to be?
They ain't see it
Wow.
the way you see it. That's how I
That-
feel.
They
that
rather
is a
be.
wonderful
They want to
point.
watch BET.
Yeah.
A simple video will make you rather stay at your mama house than come to your dad house. You want to go to your dad house this weekend?
No.
Nah, my mama stay
I'ma
home.
stay
Yeah.
home.
Cause I
Yep.
want to pop, lock, twerk
Yeah.
all weekend. Cause over there,
I ain't doing
we
none
gotta
of
go
that.
outside to pick the oranges up out the ground.
It's
But that's
crazy.
the end of my point with
And,
that.
and look at the stereotype what you was talking about, Coop. I mean, like, and I'm just sitting there just thinking, like, you know, there were certain Black shows on TV, you know, than whatever the Caucasian shows were, you know, but look at the difference of the lives, you know,
Mhm.
the home,
Yeah.
the jobs,
Yeah.
you know, the just all of that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then our children just look at certain things and, you know, look at these certain shows, and if we don't educate them,
They're impressionable.
education, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Back
I
to
mean,
education.
educate them
Yeah.
because they that's how they go. They're gonna go as they see it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And if mom and daddy not there to tell them, a big brother, a big sister, whatever, you know, I mean, it's a division that's taking over these families.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, again, we ask the question, why are we falling apart?
Yeah.
You know,
So my question to that is, how
sir.
do we fix that? Because again, as bro just said, podcast pastor, that creates division where if your child is in this household and you're not allowing it, but if they go to the other parent household, they are allowing it, they're gonna most so veer off to want to be over there. So
I got an example,
go ahead, I'm
which
gonna
I
talk.
wish I would have been mature enough back then to have this
have a
conversation.
conversation.
If that
Same thing I
happens,
said.
I think first of all, as leaders of the household, we now we're awakened to the fact that all family disruption doesn't come from the head, because that's all we think about. If the father not in the house, so now we understand, our listeners understand that it can come from the bottom.
Mhm.
It can come through the children. We say it all the time. The devil can't get you there. He'll come through your children.
Yeah.
We say that stuff, but we don't think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wish back then I would have been mature enough, which I was too young, to have those conversations with my kids' mother. Like, hey, you allow this, I don't allow this. This is why I don't. So if you allow this at
How
your
about
house,
minimizing
can you
it?
please help them understand, like why dad don't allow it? And you know what I'm saying? Some kind of way that
Yeah.
we ever have a conversation so my kids will understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe if you had a conversation, maybe the other party be like, you know what? I'm gonna get on board with that.
you.
Yeah.
Or
Key
they may
word.
share something with you that make you might feel like
Okay,
I'm
I understand.
overthinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Keyword,
saying?
conversation.
So,
Good point.
and co-parenting,
Co-parenting,
and that's having those conversations.
Conversation.
Yep.
Structure.
It
With
has to be,
structure.
yeah.
With structure.
With
you know?
structure.
And that's because we are so quick to be like, I ain't saying I ain't got nothing to do
I ain't
with it.
got nothing to do with it.
I got to
Hey,
do with deal
I
with
run
the
my
child.
household. I
You know
run my
what I'm
household. I can't
Yeah.
worry about what they doing over there.
saying? Yep. And that's just
Yeah,
not the way.
and that's not the
It's
way to
just
do
not
it.
the
Yeah,
way.
that's
Not the way.
not mature enough.
Yeah. Because you
Um,
can still be family in different
In
households.
different households.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So when we're saying family matter, we ain't just saying
Your household.
my household matter.
Yeah.
We're saying if I got kids from you in your house, like all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
What's being taught,
Absolutely.
education wise, what's allowed to be viewed.
View,
Because
yeah.
we have to remember whatever is hitting the soul of our kids.
That's correct.
And most of us don't know half of the stuff. Like a lot of parents still don't go through phones.
Yeah.
Because kids make fake, you make your child get rid of their social media and they
make a
just
fake
make another
page.
one
Yeah.
and have an avatar image
show
up
you,
there.
they show you
Yeah.
their fake page.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Fake
You know what I'm
page,
saying?
Page.
So it's like
You
as
show,
parents,
okay, you good.
how do we safeguard from the bottom up now? I think that's
Question.
a focus.
It's almost a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
Kind of a personal, but I'm not gonna put it all out there. Because I've been meaning to talk to you about this anyway.
Should we talk about this here?
It ain't. I ain't finna go.
Oh.
Into, what I'm saying is, so dealing with, okay, your household, and then the friends of your kids, and like your kids are receiving inappropriate stuff from other kids.
Inappropriate.
I said inappropriate. Inappropriate things from other
Not a word.
kids.
That is not a word. It's the same thing.
Can
Like
we
say
edit that out?
No.
No.
Oh, see,
no.
no.
Ain't
But
no,
yeah.
there will be no editing.
But it's the same thing.
But back to that,
And
do you have
as,
a conversation
as
with
black
that parent?
parents, like what we don't do now is that we don't like
Call her.
if my son is friends with him, I need to talk to his dad and
Yeah.
mama. We got to meet.
That's right.
And you got to have that conversation as
Hey.
this is how these are the rules of my house.
So-
like, what do you allow here? So I can let you know
Yeah,
I don't allow
yeah.
my child to indulge in that.
Oh, he
This
just
and
say
that.
yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Like, if my son stay tonight, do y'all go out and leave these kids here by themselves? 'Cause we don't do
We
that.
ain't
You
do
know
that
what I'm
in my
saying?
house. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about that community,
Community.
that family,
fabric.
having that conversation, which we
Yeah.
don't. Even with dating, say that thought. Even with dating, because I want you to bring it. Even with dating, when you think about it now, when we used to, mess with each other, if you guys are married, but if you started dating over, imagine the questions you would have now that you never asked. Like now, you would ask a person like your family history, medical history. Is cancer?
Is
you know,
cancer in your
because
family?
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Pre-
That's what I'm saying. It's all about the conversation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. That needs to be had.
Well, when you talked about, you need to go talk to the parents, I don't think people understand how important that is because we have our grandchildren a lot, you
Yes.
know, and especially Chloe, the 10-year-old, she's had friends, you know, within the neighborhood, but she don't go to nobody's house.
Yeah.
You know, because you not gonna let me come through there and do my survey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I just can't let her go over there because I don't know if the daddy hang around the children,
Yeah,
you know, or is this
The uncle in
if
the
this
basement.
offend you, it'll offend you. If your house is nasty,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
my granddaughter don't see that.
Yeah.
You know, she don't see that. You know,
cat
so
and dog walking
we're
around.
not
the kitchen
perfect.
Yeah.
yeah.
we're not perfect,
But
but I
still.
know she understands the structure of our household, you know, and the do's and the don'ts, you know, and we just can't let her go somewhere whose house is all willy-nilly. It won't happen.
You don't want to create that imbalance in the
Right.
child because
Make
over
it's
here
okay.
we teaching this is important, and over here she see it's not important,
And they more
and at
having
some point she
fun.
may feel like,
Exactly.
man, I can't wait to get on my own because
Yeah.
I'm gonna live like that.
this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna live, and don't no real man want to live like that.
Right.
A real man want to come home and a real man who works, take care of his family. He want to come home to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you subject to a low level type of man
Yeah.
who willing to live like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying
No.
real men don't live in dirty house. I ain't saying stuff
Yeah,
like that.
right.
I'm just
But-
saying real men who
Media stereotypes.
live like we live and provide and protect like we protect. When we come out that battlefield, we need to come to a castle.
Yeah.
We want peace.
We ain't trying to come
Yeah.
to a dungeon, trying to go to a trap. I need to come and be at peace.
To the trap.
This place need to shield me from the world. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to come here and take everything
Take
off.
everything
Not
off.
just my clothes.
Just
I need to take my whole day off.
The
Yes.
mental.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
drop everything.
And that's as a young woman. We ain't finna go into that.
No.
Yeah.
Because now we drip.
we-
Now,
we-
even
we're
though
talking about
it is
family
family
matters.
matters,
Yeah, it
as
is
a
family
young
matters.
woman, and that's
Talking
what we
about the
talk about
media
roles and
stereotypes.
functionalities.
Yeah, media stereotypes.
If you're the one who takes pride in making that castle for your king, then you need to make that a castle.
Yeah.
And cleanliness, all that
Next
kind of
to
stuff
godliness.
has a lot to do with all that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but-
I ain't want to really
But
get too
you're
far
right,
in there because
because
now,
we want to bring it back to the family
Okay.
matters,
So,
of course.
yeah.
And
Y'all stop me from having my $100 is what I want y'all to
the
do.
media
but-
stereotypes. No, hey, listen,
That's
listen.
what y'all know.
The media
Y'all stop me from getting my
stereotypes.
100.
So how about this? How
Okay.
about print media? Remember in the newspapers when there was a crime committed, remember how many black faces would be shown in the newspaper the next day? Mugshots.
Yeah.
The TV. I mean, damn, I'm talking TV
Yeah.
show. Oh, I'm sorry.
The mugshots.
The mugshot paper.
The
Yeah, the
mugshots.
dollar paper.
The mugshots.
Yeah.
Many of us bought those.
What? I
Yes.
bought one every Friday.
Every time I went to the
Absolutely.
store.
Y'all got a new one?
Why I want to see who went to jail? Was I gonna
Yeah.
pray for him? Why I want to see
Yeah.
that?
Listen.
But what was that designed to do? To show that we have a
And the-
propensity, or we're more apt to
To be.
commit crime
That
is
over
ridiculous.
other
Yeah.
people.
It got to the point that where I won't even
Print
go buy them
media.
no more. I'll get on my phone and look it up real quick.
Yeah.
And we was the ones buying all them papers.
We weren't paying
Absolutely.
for it. Exactly.
Absolutely,
I
we
guarantee
were.
you went to the north side. They went in their store.
They went in their store.
No, it was
This
on
shit wasn't gonna
that-
sell.
That news,
Man, that's
we are-
crazy.
Keep enough in the
Negative
black store.
sales. Negative sales.
Wow.
So
Wow,
any-
cool. Wow.
yeah.
I ain't think about that till you
Well,
just,
think about
wow.
Listen,
Dollar paper.
there's nothing better than controversy with a brown or black face in front
They
of it.
made millions off
Yeah.
of dollar paper, boy.
There's nothing better than something
Wow.
controversial that has a brown or black face in front of it, leading
Wow,
it.
And listen,
That makes millions for people who are not black
Yeah,
and
that
brown.
made
we
millions.
laugh about it.
Yeah, but it's being serious.
he
Yeah, he
he's
is.
establishing the seriousness of
Yeah,
it.
that's
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
Print media,
I mean, because
print media was
You never
devastating to that.
thought about that, but that hit millions
Yeah,
for a
Yeah.
dollar.
absolutely.
And I know they got a couple thousand from me because I bought one every week that it came.
Yeah.
God.
So you see how we actually contribute to our own destruction. I was just telling Lil Charles before we got back on in this week's episode, I invest in the stock market. I invest in certain funds that invest in companies that invest in prisons.
To incarcerate us.
Yes.
He was incarcerated.
So you know, I got to look in the mirror also to see what am I doing to contribute to my people's demise. And we can say, well, I ain't got nothing to do about that.
Ain't
That's
got to
like
do
me and
that
my
to make
family.
money.
It's not
But
true.
you do,
so
though.
big cool.
Wow.
You do.
What do we say to the people when they say, well, where else I'm gonna go? Where else I'm gonna shop? What I'm gonna do?
That's a very good point. People like that don't want to take the time to study.
And
I
find-
don't.
it's
That's
somewhere
because
else.
it takes too long.
Yeah.
To learn.
And it may
It's
cost more,
convenient.
too.
Convenience.
We pay for convenience.
Right.
You know, and we're in the position, all of us now, they pay for convenience. If we had to go back and regrow our own food and make our own warehouses and our own distribution channels, that's billions and millions of dollars, right?
Perfect
I'll
example.
give you an example
Go ahead.
that I was going to talk about some other time. No, seriously, when we
No,
talk
yeah.
about that,
Yeah.
Baskin and Robbins. because I'm in this grant writing thing for this nonprofit.
Yep.
Baskin & Robbins has a grant, a 2-year, $20,000 grant that they give away for nonprofits that stand up, become a voice for, or have programs for social injustice.
Wow.
So you just have people do the work. You can research, like if you want to get ice cream, I tell you right now, go to Baskin & Robbins because they give that money back to nonprofits like this to put on a program for people who go through social injustice.
Wow.
They're not the only ones. We just run the Walmart. We just run the Target.
It's
Like you
convenient.
say,
It's
you can research through your phone
Yep.
what company provide grants that stand up or give money back for social
correct.
injustice. Shop there.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
Because y'all shop at Baskin Robbins one day, some of that money gonna be coming here
What was that?
I don't
to
know.
do it. That was that speaking I know.
Okay.
Some of that money gonna be coming here to do what we doing for our undeserved.
Yeah.
children.
Target. I mean, but look at not just Target. Look at all these places now where they will shop for you.